Okay, welcome to another AQA Comp 1 2013 Programming Exam Solution tutorial. This is the second one that looks at using multiple ciphers, and this time we're going to combine steganography and a Cipher cipher decryption. I'll be honest with you, this feels like it ought to come up. My reason being is that I've done a reasonable amount of forcing on that diary file, and I can't find any of the messages. I mean, okay, I'm sure if I went onto the student room and had a little look around, there are people that have found the messages on there. Yeah, I ran a quick file that basically went from every likely starting point with every likely value of n, and nothing popped out. So, one option is that there is a second cipher being used. So after the hidden message, there's a Cipher cipher, which means you don't get to spot it straight away. So what we're going to do is, the usual assumptions. What we're going to do is, after creating a new menu item and case statement, we're going to run exactly the same code that we would do for steganography, and then we're going to follow it by exactly the same code for a Cipher cipher decryption. But we're just going to be a little bit careful about, or I've said rail fence actually rather than Cipher cipher, just going to be a little bit careful about what parameter we pass to the second part of the code. So you're just going to watch me do that on VB. So let's have a little look. I've created my case statement, I've already done the display menu, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to where we've got the code for the steganography. So let's take that and pop it in there, Control V, Control C, Control V, so paste it in there. I'm just going to put in a little comment line so I can see what we're doing. I'm now going to go up to the ciphertext decryption for Cipher cipher, which is J, and grab that, Control C and Control V, paste it in there. Don't really need to display the text twice, apart from anything else I'd need to change a parameter. So let's just check. I'm going to run the steganography, get the start position, get the end position, get n, actually run it, and it will output plain text. This will be gobbledygook. I'm then going to pump that gobbledygook into the Cipher cipher thing, get the amount to shift, but because this is plain text, I need to change that to plain text, because I want to use the Cipher cipher on this text that's been outputted by the steganography. And again, that'll just overwrite plain text when it reassigns, and then it'll output the final plain text there. Yeah. Right, we'll test that. I'll just pause it to set it up. Okay, so we've got our program running, and we're going to use option P, and let's start from, I don't know, character 400, who cares, and let's go to character 600, and we'll take every 5th character, that way we get 20 characters. No, we don't get 40 characters. So that's my text there. That's a bit weird. General text. I'm not quite sure why that's written that there. That should say plain text. I'll have a look. Maybe I've copied and pasted it wrong. Enter the amount that shifts the plain text in the ciphertext character. So you can see that it's run the Cipher cipher bit straight away. And let's just choose 5 for the sake of argument, and we can check that. Oh, sorry, I've just twigged. Obviously this is part of the text that gets written, isn't it? So and we can see that we've got a shift of the characters that makes sense. So It's a decryption, so it should go back 5, so I minus 5, yeah, is D. So we've checked a couple there, and that seems to have worked. I'll just have a quick, just pause this and just check why that looks slightly strange. Okay, I've just checked the reason why this was looking strange. It's because I had a carriage return line feed in the section of text that I sampled, and apparently I hadn't spotted this ever before. Because this is on a write, you tend to lose the initial text, which I don't really understand why. It's not something I've noticed before, but it is a bit strange. But if I go back to this text to display, that is actually correct. But you'll notice that after these two characters, and let me just pin that in place, after these two characters here, which aren't space, which are carriage return line feed, that is the text that we actually appear to display. And then we've got another carriage return line feed, and we miss that. So the console obviously isn't brilliant at displaying multiple lines onto what we've asked it to do, which is one line. So we're losing this initial bit and the next bit, but let's not worry too much about that for now. I don't think it's desperately crucial. We did see that other than that slightly strange, I've locked it up now, other than that slightly strange oops daisy output, we can have a Caesar cipher and a steganography decryption all working together, and all we had to do was just to copy and paste the relative parts and then make sure that we change that parameter. Okay, hope you found that useful.